working on a little poetic connection meditation, as I like to call it today. Thank you for joining me. And before we begin, I wanted to share something. I love these cards. They're called Power Thought Cards by Louise Hay. And I just randomly pull these beautiful cards and see what they say. So today I found one that's so perfect for meditation. It says, I am willing to let go. I release others to experience whatever is meaningful to them. And I am free to create that which is meaningful to me. So I like this for meditation because I hope that our poetic connection resonates with you today, but interpret it however it feels best for you. Let's try together. Come on back. If you're able to leave your workspace, that's great. If you can't, just stay comfy. And while we're finding our way or staying, if we're staying in our workspace, just take a little bit of movement so that you feel like you could settle in to stillness as we practice. So for this morning, let's tuck our chins to our chests, kind of like you're holding a little mandarin orange in your chin, right against your throat. Let's stretch out the backs of our necks and drop tension from our jaws. I like to try to separate the bottom jaw from the top. As you're holding here and breathing into the back of your neck, just drop your shoulders. You might give them a little wiggle or a pull down from your earlobes. When you're ready, do the opposite. We're gonna let that orange drop away, lift our chins, take eyes softly to sky, feeling free to blink them closed if it feels best. Chin parallel to the floor, eyes move over the right shoulder. And then retuck your chin down towards your right collarbone, stretching out through the back of the left side of our neck. Chin moves over to the left shoulder, a little tuck towards the left collarbone, breathing up and down the right side of the back of your neck. And as you move your eyes back forward, feeling free to blink them closed if you haven't yet, or train them down somewhere that's unmoving, somewhere that's not very stimulating. So you feel like you can come inwards to your breath and your body and out from all the distractions that are always around us. Resting hands, elbows, and shoulders somewhere that they feel heavy, disconnected from our earlobes. And inviting in a sense of calm as we begin our practice today. So one of my favorite ways to do that is by using that word, calm, and repeating it either aloud, if you're able to, or mentally as you breathe. Meaning we'll breathe in, thinking or saying the word calm, and breathe out, saying or thinking the word calm. Let's try a couple of rounds, welcoming ourselves to our practice with this beautiful word. Breathing in again, calming our minds. Breathing out and calming our bodies. Now, as we work through our practice together today, let's make a promise to ourselves that whatever our experience produces, whatever arises, whatever mood we're in, let's meet everything that happens with a sense of kindness and acceptance. Even the most practiced of meditators sometimes have thoughts trickling in and out. And it's a beautiful thing when we notice that. It's a very proud step in our practice to say, oh, I switched to my thinking mind. Let me move back to my practice of breathing and coming within to my body. So we'll treat any thoughts that move through with a sense of open curiosity and compassion. And I mentioned that today we have a poetic connection meditation happening. I have a couple of my very favorite poems to share with you. And the first one pertains to these very persistent thoughts that try to consume us. You may have heard of a poet named Rumi. One of my favorite poems by Rumi is entitled The Guest House. And as I recite this poem for you, this is how I ask you to treat any thoughts that come and go as you practice your connection portion of our meditation today. This being human is a guest house. Every morning is a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. Even if they're a crowd of sorrows who violently sweep your house, empty of all of its furniture. Treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. I really love that poem, The Guest House, because often as we're practicing meditation, we can become upset or frustrated or feel defeated if our thoughts are consuming us. But how much fun is it to flip the script? We don't have to attach ourselves to any storylines that are moving through. Instead, we can choose to meet them at the door laughing. Invite them in. Come on in, thoughts. And then think instead, like maybe they're clearing us out for something new and wonderful. We just gently push those thoughts aside and come back to our practice. To connect with one another, to connect with everything in the universe as a whole, let us think today about the bigger picture, the collective, connected consciousness. I believe that thinking about connection can bring harmony to the earth and balance ourselves, our societies, bring love into our families. It is important for us to nurture this state where we have this deep awareness to the interconnectedness and interdependence of all life, especially now, whether you feel like we're in pandemic or post-pandemic, whether we are quarantining or isolating or not, some of us still feel disconnected. So I really love this meditation now so that we can move into this sense of interconnectedness once again. As we're beginning, let's activate a long spine. It might help you to think about breathing all the way into the top of your head, like that breath is pulling you tall. Then all the way down to the base of your tailbone as if you're rooting down into your surface beneath you. Relaxing your facial muscles. You can hold a little smile in the corners of your mouth, but see and feel all that other furrowing and grimacing and focusing and concentrating in your face. Really softly smooth away. Trust that your space will infinitely support you, and give yourself permission to step away from the day's activities. I know that they're important, but you'll have plenty of time to come back to those today. Are you able to feel the weight of your body in your yoga space and try to blend in with that area. Our first moment of connection. Really connect with everything that's touching something else, another body part, skin against clothing, body against floor or chair or yoga support surface. And in your meditative space, we have no time to rush. Everything will be there for us when we return. You are exactly where you are meant to be in this very moment, together with me. Allow yourself to be precisely as you are, meaning if you are feeling grumpy today, that's fine. Honor how you feel. Know that your meditation practice is here for you in the moments of ecstatic joy, when you're feeling euphoric and blissful, as much as it is when you're feeling a little down, a little depressed, sad, all those valid ups and downs that we have. Connecting again, this time with where we feel our breath in our bodies. And for you, it might just be at your nostrils. Maybe you can feel the breath coolly coming in and more warmly passing out. It might be for you down near your throat. Do you feel this sense of broadening or lifting as you breathe? Is it in your chest? Connect with the feeling of your breath. Is it in your ribs, by your navel or your low back? There's never a wrong answer. Or simply being curious, observing with an open mind. Notice your body relaxing as you move into a more peaceful space. Feel your body, your face, your neck, shoulders, hands, palms, and fingers. Feel into your upper body, your torso, your stomach, pelvis, your spine. Down into your lower half. Try to move your breath as you move. Thighs, legs, feet, toes, even the very bottoms of your feet. Becoming really present to the experience of breath in your body. And it's fine to listen to the sounds around you. We're still aware as we practice. Feeling a slower pace of body movement with your breath. And I invite you to join me feeling grateful for our bodies. Being this amazing, beautiful vessel with which we experience life. Really connect with your body. I hope sometimes when you practice this meditation, you'll be able to notice a sense of happiness and peace in your heart. Feeling one with your body, a deep sense of love, appreciation, and connectedness for your body and with your body. This is a fun one. As you're breathing, envision your loved ones, whether it be your best friend, a furry or feathered loved one, your family. Maybe it's someone that you love because they're so kind to you, someone that holds the door for you every day or gets your coffee for you every day. It doesn't have to be someone that you even know very intimately. It's someone that you really love, you appreciate, and you're grateful for. In your mind's eye, can you see their smiling face? Can you feel their loving presence? And then be aware of how you are when you envision this, when you envision your moments together, no matter how fleeting they are. And if it's a deeper, more intimate connection, how are you? Who and what are you today because of the invaluable contributions these people or pets have made to your life? Let's inhale slowly together. And as you exhale, slowly whisper or think, I am connected to you. Each time you say or you feel this mantra, notice that the connection between you and those who you envisioned grows. Feel completely connected to this loved one. Moving on to breathing again slowly, but let's be really creative here and envision all life forms that resonate with you. It does not have to be the things that I mentioned. Remember, you'll interpret this meditation as it feels good in your body, your mind, your breath. So we're envisioning all life forms. For me, I'll just say a few that I feel connected with. I envision nature, the trees, animals, birds, mountains, oceans, rivers, places I like to vacation, forests. You know, if you're like a really spacey person, you might be envisioning space. And somewhere that one of those very expensive trips to outer space can take us today. So whatever feels important in your life, whatever you feel most connected to in all versions of life forms, please envision those. So if I'm in nature, that's what I like to envision. I might be feeling the wind or some rain on my skin. If you're a nature person, you might be smelling the scent of some flowers in bloom. Maybe if you're a space person, you're kind of floating around with that sense of gravity loss. If you're a water person, maybe you hear the sound of the ocean. If it's trees that you love, you hear the rustling or the crunch of tree leaves, songs of birds. Whatever we're feeling and seeing and hearing or smelling, we're seeing and feeling the beauty of life, of Mother Nature in all of her glory. Notice how this planet and beyond, if you're fascinated with space, all of its rich life has impacted who you are. Maybe it's made you smarter. Maybe it's made you feel a sense of connection or ease. Perhaps it's helped you relax and disconnect completely. Whatever you're noticing is true and valid for your experience. Connect with your sense of gratitude for all of life of which you are a part. Inhale slowly with me. And as you exhale, whisper or think, I am connected to you. Each time you repeat this practice, this mantra, feel a deeper sense of connection to this life form or life forms that we have envisioned. Remain in this beautiful inner space for as long as you can. Now, as we practice and we were envisioning our connections to people, places, and things, your mind may have wandered. every time we practice coming back to our breath, we train our minds to pull away from these habitual thought patterns, these habitual worries, whatever the thought is, our habitual growing to-do list. We help ourselves remind, especially during our practice, remind ourselves to come into our bodies, be present with the moment, breathe. Essentially, we're creating new pathways in our brain every time we work back into our breath and body. It's such an amazing gift to give ourselves. We become aware of getting lost in thought, and then we just really kindly and gently redirect our attention back to our breath. My hope for you is that as we worked on our practice today, you found a bit, or maybe a big sense of peace, a feeling of being really settled right here, right now, in this present moment, exactly as it is. I have one more poem that I would love to share with you today. Remember, our first one, if you want to revisit and read up on it, is The Guest House by Rumi. This one is even easier to remember. It's called Peace. And the poet is named Dorothy Hunt. Peace is this moment without judgment. That is all. This moment in which the heart space, where everything that is welcome. Peace is this moment without thinking that it should be some other way. That you should feel some other thing. That your life should unfold according to plan. I love that poem so much. It reminds me when I'm feeling perfectly imperfect that everything is exactly as it should be. That there's no other way that we should or need to be feeling. There's nothing else we need to be doing. That what we're doing right in this moment is exactly as it should be. Our little practice time is very short together, so I really hope that you have more time to sit and connect with your body and your breath. But if you're feeling ready, our meditation today hopefully reminded us that we are all interconnected. Conscious and compassionate actions can cause an amazing ripple effect in the web of life. You sitting for this practice will impact everything around you. You can change the way that people think and act based upon your presence, your demeanor, the way you are after you meditate. You'll be now filling people's hearts with the love and kindness that you just showed yourself, with the beautiful interaction and connection you established with yourself. Your compassion and impact nourishes many along the way. So if you're leaving practice with me now, slowly allow your eyes to readjust to the brightness and lightness in your space, reopening them, moving them back forward, bringing your palms, either in a prayer at heart center or to cover your heart. Feel connected with your heartbeat and your breath one more time. Chin tucks in a bow to our practice, a gentle gesture of gratitude for the time we've carved out of our busy schedules to just be. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you feel better. I hope you have a beautiful holiday season, and namaste.